Good evening and welcome to the Titan Fieldhouse in Melbourne, Florida, where the Eastern Florida State Titans get ready to battle against the Daytona State Falcons. I'm Zakari McKenzie. He joined here with my color commentator, June Yoon. June, let's talk about this meeting. This is the second meeting between the two teams this far so far.
Yeah, Zakari, I mean, they met earlier on at the beginning of the new year, and the Titans fell to them, but they were doing that game with some injured players as well. I think it's going to be a completely different ball game tonight. You know, a month has passed. I think some new faces here, and I think, again, it's something that we should be excited about in this game.
It's also interesting to note that before that previous loss to them, they had won the 13 last games against Daytona State. But let's keep talking about this Daytona State team for a second. They're currently on a 4-game winning streak and on the 23rd best ranked team in the country.
Yeah, I mean, they are by far one of the best teams in Division I JUCO right now. Again, they're led by an experienced head coach too, with Coach Russ Jackson. Like what you said, 4 wins in a row. They're ranked for a reason. They are high scoring as well, 82.5 points on average per game for them. So again, it's a really impressive squad that they have.
All right, now, and we're going to talk about the away player for the Daytona State Falcons. Player to watch is number 2, Lamaya Hogan's. Talk about her for a second, June.
Yeah, Lamaya Hogan's, again, she's the leading scorer on this Daytona State Falcons team, and she shows why time and time again. 16 points in 5 of her last 6 outings, which includes 21 points in the last game at Hillsborough, 18 points against Miami-Dade. So definitely a player to watch for. Also had 19 points in the first meeting between these two teams this season.
And for your home player to watch, the Titan, Milica Lazarevic.
Yeah, Milica Lazarevic, again, like what I said earlier, one thing to note is Lazarevic didn't play in the first meeting against these two teams, but she has been hot lately. 23 points, 26 points in her last 2 games. Injured her knee a bit against St. Petersburg, but seems healthy enough to start tonight.
Seems to be a good one. Can't wait to see what she can bring towards the team. June Eastern. All right, and this is your lineups for today's game. For your home Titans, number 4, Bruna De Silva. Number 5, like we mentioned, Milicic Lazarevic. Number 15, Angela Merkovic. Number 20, Grace Strickland. And the center, number 35, Ofer Parpara. And for your Daytona State Falcons, number 0, Khalees Vidal. Number 2, Lamaya Hogan's. Number 3, Jaden Williams. Number 12, Salone Brooks. And number 30, rounding out the 5, Khalees Chisholm. And as for the away coach who's leading the Falcons, Russ Jackson here, June.
Yeah, Russ Jackson used to be the assistant coach for the Daytona State Falcons from 2016 to 2020. Went off and for a little bit, but now he's back. He's the head coach of the Daytona State Falcons now, and he has had an impressive season with them so far.
And now for your Titans home coach, Zach Banks.
Yeah, Zach Banks, again, maybe not the season that he's wanted so far. A bit of inconsistency that the Titans have had this season. Again, closing out the end of 2025, maybe not the way you hope for, but again, inconsistent. They've kind of gone in January with a loss, a win, kind of followed that same pattern.
Good point. Now we'll just pause here as we wait for the national anthem.
Thank you for coming out to Titan Fieldhouse for tonight's Citrus Conference game as 23rd ranked Daytona State College faces your Eastern Florida State College women's basketball team. And now please rise with your hats as Eastern Florida's pep band plays the national anthem.
All right, now, June, to continue more to your point, as you were mentioning before, Eastern Florida maybe not having the season that they want to right now. What can they maybe do to turn the season around and still make a push for the conference championship?
I think for one, especially in this game, is going to be to focus on Lamaya Hogan's. Like what we mentioned before, again, clear cut, she's the leading scorer on this Falcons team. If they can find a way to shut her down defensively today, I think it would be looking real good for Zach Banks and his side.
Definitely, June. As we mentioned, this Titans team coming off a loss to Florida Southwestern just by 2 points, and their record sits at 8-14. But still, continuing on Eastern Florida State, June, Eastern Florida is 2-2 in their last 4 games, and they average 70 points a game. So a little disparity between them and the Falcons, but it's not too much to where this game is a complete, I would say, David versus Goliath.
And again, they're here at home court, right here in Melbourne, Florida. Again, yeah, Daytona State, though, they are a good away team as well. They have only lost 1 game on the road all season, and that was to Northwest Florida State earlier on in the season. So again, that is something to note as well. So this team for the Falcons, not afraid of going on the road at all.
And talk about how the Eastern Florida Titans are doing. I wouldn't say very well, but they're doing at least decent this year for the great amount of freshmen that they have on the team. The new people, because it maybe takes a little while to get used to a new system, new players.
Yeah, again, and there's players like Lazarevic and players like Merkovic, newer players on this team. But you got to talk about some experience as well. Bruno Da Silva was on this team last season, over Papara as well, and they're here in the starting lineup. Again, another player is Grace Strickland, who's come in and played. She didn't start at the beginning of the season, but ever since she's come on, she's made a real big impact for the Titans.
And that's what you look for, June. You look for big players that can maybe, I would say, depth in your roster. Players who can come off the bench and provide a good spark for you, either later on into the season or in specific games that can really help you win those games. Here now, as we await the tip-off between number 15, Angela Merkovic, and number 35, and number 30. And the Titans secure the tip-off. Good ball movement here now. Da Silva in the corner, wide open 3. Nothing but net. Good start off to this one here, June.
As Akari, that's exactly how you want to start this game if you're Zach Banks and the Titans. Good way to set the tone.
Always want to set the tone quick and early. Make sure that they know it's going to be a tough game, not an easy one that they can cruise through. Now Falcons passing the ball around the perimeter, searching for any offense. Delone Brooks gives it to Lamaya Hogan's. Talked about her earlier in this one. She'll definitely be one to watch. And a foul early on number 4, Bruna Da Silva. That's her first personal foul. What do you think about the early foul, June? Do you think it's a good thing maybe to set the tone not just on the offensive end, but also on the defensive end?
I honestly got to say that I like that kind of thing. You're just kind of showing that you're here to play. That nice aggressive nature is what you need, especially in such a heated rivalry between these two teams.
You're correct about that, June. Always trying to set the tone early. Maya Hogan's 71% free throw shooter at the line. Missed the first one there. Now she'll try her second attempt. Nothing but net. Daytona State looking to at least press one defender up on Eastern Florida, not allow them to easily get the ball in the half court. Now number 20, Grace Strickland being trapped now. Par dribbling around, goes hard to the paint. Couldn't get the easy layup. Kicks it out. Number 20, Grace Strickland couldn't get that 3 to fall.
Yeah, that was good work by Papara there to get her own rebound. Just a bit unlucky on that shot.
Hogan's with the tough layup, couldn't get it. You're correct on Papara not maybe getting the shot to go, but good hustle for getting the offensive rebound.
Yeah, and that's something that you especially do need. And again, to just have that aggressive nature. Again, I love the way that the Titans have started this game so far.
You're correct about that. If you look at their faces and the way they've been playing so far, you wouldn't believe that they lost the last one. They look like they came in this one and they won the previous 14. Now the guard, Bruna Da Silva, moving on the perimeter. Pass it to Para. She's looking for someone. Good ball movement here by the Titans, searching for a shot. Strickland being pushed by number 0,
Fouls on number 0.
Khalees Vidal.
First, teams first.
Yeah, maybe some of that aggressiveness the Titans are showing and the Falcons are trying to show it back, saying, hey, we're here to play too.
Like we spoke about, well, we may have not spoken about it directly, June, but this is a bit of a rivalry for these two teams, so it's expected to be a little physical in between all the players. Titans good passing inside Parpara, good finish. Good pass by Grace Strickland to find the cutting Parpara. And now the Falcons will try a 3, no good.
And that was a clean look from 3 as well.
I'm surprised that she missed that one. Now number 5, Lazarevic, and one by Lazarevic. Actually, no, excuse me, it is a charging foul by Lazarevic.
I thought for sure that
I saw
she
for
was
sure
fouled on that.
do it.
But again, good effort by Lazarevic. Seems like the knee brace is not affecting her too much just yet.
Well, that's to be said for great players, June. They don't get affected by little minor injuries. Here's Khalees Vidal doing her work, trying to get inside, trying to find anything. Now number 3, Jaden Williams kicks it out. Hogan's will pull up a 3 off the back rim. No good. Now Titans in transition. Lazarevic passes it. Titans now passing it around. Parpara at top of the key. De Silva searching. Now makes her move inside, spinning. Being trapped now. Lazarevic. Travel call on Lazarevic. Took 2 dribbles, fell to the floor there. Tried to get up. Referee calls a travel.
Yeah, that's maybe one of the more obvious travel calls, and I gotta say it's a little bit unfortunate for her. She slipped and then just kind of took the extra step, and there's the travel call.
Yeah, they're the travels where a player can't even get up and say they didn't travel or say they didn't travel to the ref.
Yeah.
Falcons now passing around, trying to get anything to go. A foul once again on number 4, Rona De Silva, her second foul. What do you think about De Silva picking up 2 early fouls in this one, June?
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see. And we talked about the aggressive nature early on, but maybe not too aggressive, Sakari, because you don't want to be racking up those fouls and putting a team early on in the bonus.
You're correct about that. The Eastern Florida Titans, they have depth, but I'm not sure it's the depth where you want your starting point guard to be out earlier in the game because of a few reckless fouls.
Especially not Bruno De Silva either. He's been one of the more critical players for this Titans team all season.
Definitely gives them a good scoring punch with 13 points per game. Titans being pressured in the backcourt by Khalees Vidal. Strickland running the offense. Now is number 11, Shadea Lara Santa Cruz. First time calling her name in this one. And that was Milica Lazarevic with the shot. Talked about her early. Nice to see that she finally is on the board.
Yeah, once again, I don't think that brace is affecting her too much. What a clean shot that was.
Clean shot and clean entry into the basket, June. Now Hogan's crossing up on the perimeter. Feeds the big man down low. Good finish there. Powerful finish by number 30, Khalees Chisholm.
And that's something for the Falcons, using their size to their advantage on that possession.
Lazarevic sizing up on the baseline, drives baseline. Tried to get the floater to go, no good. The ball appears to be tipped out of bounds by the Falcons. Titans inbound underneath their basket. Parapara driving hard to the pool. Lazarevic once again for 3, back rim and out. Rebound by Parapara, kicks it to Lazarevic again. Powering through the hole, and one layup by Milica Lazarevic.
Got a bit unlucky on the offensive foul the first time, but she gets the and one this time, Zakari. And again, just really nice work by Lazarevic.
Like they say, June, if it doesn't work the first time, try again. And if it's still not working, try again. But if you were just tuning into this one, you would think that maybe the Titans are the 23rd ranked team in the nation, the way they've jumped out to this early start, this early lead.
Zakari, I think they're playing maybe even better than if they were a 23rd ranked team right now. I mean, they're playing like they're the best team in the country. Again, on all facets of it, has been really impressive so far.
You're correct about that, June. They're hitting the rebounding glass hard, playing stifling defense, and finishing all their chances down below. Hogan's now searching for anything inside. Almost threw a turnover there, but Chisholm tried to get inside, couldn't get it to go. Titans on the fast break. Lazarevic calling for a thought about a shot attempt. Now bullies her way inside. And another foul called for Lazarevic. And that foul is on number 0, Khalees Vidal.
Zagar, you got to say, Milica Lazarevic is causing a lot of issues for this Falcons team. I mean, they haven't seen her this season at all so far. They didn't see her in the first meeting, but again, they're looking at it now, and she's been causing a lot of problems for them.
Definitely, June. She, like we mentioned, player to watch for a reason. She causes problems for a lot of teams. When she's in, she's just wreaks havoc against most teams. Kind of a lackluster, slow start for Daytona State, June. Like we mentioned, the team averages 82 points per game, just up 3 points now with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, you have to say, this is something that you wouldn't have expected with Daytona State coming into this one. But there you go, there's some points for them.
Good coast-to-coast layup there by number 5, Corin Ostel. First time recalling her name. And Lazarevic there. June, I'm not even sure if the knee brace is real at this point, the way she's playing hard, going in on 2 defenders in the paint to draw the foul.
I gotta agree with you on that one. Maybe the knee brace is just for show at this point.
Not even sure. I'm starting to think it's in our imagination. She doesn't even look like she's wearing anything the way she's playing so far, June. Lazarevic once again at the line, a 73% free throw shooter. She's already 2 for 3 from the line so far. Make that 3 for 4. Clean free throw, clean pair of free throws there for Lazarevic. And now to inbound the ball, number 15, Jada scores her first time calling her name tonight. And bring the ball up, number 1, Catalina Rocco. Also the first time calling her name tonight. Now Rocco and Scores will try a pick and roll. Rocco kicks it to the corner. Number 12, Salone backs it back out. Now here's number 15, Scores will try a 3. Not a close attempt at all there, June.
Once again, just good defensive work so far by the Titans. Again, Scorza was able to find an opening, but again, just Titan player came through and was able to make that a contested shot.
Correct about that, June. As a matter of fact, Scorza seemed like she was maybe even hesitant to shoot it or thought about shooting it, but good defense by the Titans, even though she doesn't really attempt threes, to still close out there and get on her. Doing like we mentioned, let's talk about this hot start for the Eastern Florida State Titans. You mentioned them hitting on all facets tonight, the boards, the points. Is there anything that they're doing wrong so far?
I mean, I guess like the one thing we do have to mention is Bruno Da Silva picking up those 2 fouls early on in this game. Again, something maybe just to note really quick, already Lazarevic is reportedly not 100% healthy. She's checked out of the game for the first time. So again, if Da Silva's out, Lazarevic out, some of your key players are out, maybe that's a way for the Falcons to segue back into.
So if you're Zach Banks right now, June, do you maybe keep number 4, Bruno Da Silva, in for the punch she's providing? And all 5 players right now are hot, they're feeling good, they're playing well. Do you keep her in and keep the momentum going, or do you maybe sub her out, thinking later on in the game in the 3rd and 4th quarter?
You know, Zakari, that's the one thing if you're a coach that's always difficult to manage, is if one of your better players gets fouls early on, do you keep them in the game, do you take them out? But I think as the way that the Titans have been playing so far, I think for her sitting right now is a good precaution to take if you're Zach Banks.
Good point there, June. Sitting maybe to just, you have a good lead, no use to maybe cause her to pick up her 3rd foul, then you would really be in trouble. Good point there. Now number 20, Grace Strickland, running it up the court. Kicks it to number 13, Angelina Spence. First time saying her name tonight. Strickland running the pick and roll action with number 15, Berkovic. Now Shadea, Santa Cruz. Kicks it to Spence. Spence drives hard to the lane. Gets rejected. Gets rejected by number 15, Jada Scorza.
Jada Scorza using all 6 foot of her frame to block that shot. Again, on kind of outmatches Angelina Spence, standing at 5'5".
We talked about David and Goliath earlier. That was maybe the most David and Goliath-esque play right there. As number 11, Shadea Santa Cruz almost got that wild shot to go in.
Good effort by Santa Cruz, though, to beat the shot clock. Good awareness.
Very good awareness, and that's what Zach Banks teaches his players, to have that on-court awareness. Number 1, Rocco working the pick and roll with Scorza. And now the Falcons will try a 3. Back rim, couldn't get it to go. Good hustling down there by Para. That 3 was taken by Salone Brooks, a 28% three-point shooter for the season.
And despite the start to the game for the Falcons, I think it was like one key thing to note. I've been looking at Zach Banks and his reactions. I think he's trying to shut down those three-point shots by the Falcons. They shoot at 35% from beyond the arc this season. So I think that's one thing that he's really trying to focus on defensively.
You're correct about that so far, June, because right now they're 0 for 4, 0% from 3, but he knows how good this team is, and he knows that if they start to heat up from deep, it can really cause problems. So it's best to not even let them get the chance to heat up from deep. Par now at the line. 75% free throw shooter on the season. There's number 32, Queen Powell, coming in to replace number 15, Berkovic. Good. One good free throw there for Para. Extends the Titans' lead by 11. 10, should I say, my bad. Now Rocco will dribble it up, trying to cause problems for the Titans defense. Kendall Ruiz will fight down low and draws a foul.
Fouls on number 32, Queen Powell, her first, team's 4.
And Zakari, like what you said, this is a rivalry, and you can tell, I mean, it's getting kind of scrappy out there. Several players have now taken a visit to that free throw line.
Like you mentioned, June, very physical game so far, but we just saw another almost David and Goliath matchup. The 5'5" Kendall Ruiz going hard to the 6'3" Queen Powell.
Yeah, I think that maybe that's the substitution that Zach Banks is looking for, is to bring on a bit more size for his Titans.
Definitely with number 15, Jada Scorza out there. You need size to combat the rebounding of Jada Scorza. Averages just about 4 to 5 rebounds a game. Parle inbounded to Grace Strickland as she races up the court with just about 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Good passing here from the Titans, whipping it around. Everyone has touched it so far. Spence will drive hard to the paint. And got tripped up there, fell a little on her knee, but appears to be all right.
And I think you just got to love the patience that they're playing offensively as well. Just passing the ball around and just waiting for that opening and trying to find a clean look, too.
You're correct about that, Joe. Not forcing anything, letting the offense come to them. But like you mentioned, this has been a real free throw game so far. Another player at the free throw line. Titans so far have shot 7 free throws. Daytona State has shot just 4, as Angelina Spence missed that one, a 63% free throw shooter.
I mean, the way the game has started so far, do you think it's the final 2 minutes of the game and not just the first quarter?
Definitely.
Plenty of free throws.
And that may cause a switch up in strategies as we get deeper into this game, because with so much free throws, someone's bound to be in foul trouble by the third or fourth quarter. Rocco here bringing up the ball, tries a floater, couldn't get that one to go, just clanked off the rim. But she'll hustle for the rebound. Good hustling there from the Falcons. Hogan's will try her luck. Pull up mid-range, once again off the rim. Falcons cannot just take the lid off this basket so far in this one. Berkovic dribbling around. Lazarevic talking about a 3 there, decided to give it to Strickland. That was good passing there from the Titans, just a little bit of miscommunication between Lazarevic and number 11, Tadea Lara Santa Cruz.
Bit of a switch up defensively for the Falcons. It seems like every time Lazarevic is getting the ball, 2 Falcons players are coming onto her.
The point that you mentioned, June. Now number 5, Lazarevic. Good passing by the Titans, not allowing the ball to stay in anyone's hand for an extended period of time. But the Falcons managed to rip it away, and now they'll come down on the transition. That was some serious back and forth play, June, and now Zach Banks seems to be irate with his team, asking them to quickly go to the huddle for the timeout.
I'm not going to lie, Zakaria. I don't know if I've ever seen Zach Banks awfully too happy this season.
Well, June, when you're trying to coach and you see potential in your team, and you may see potential in practice, but may not see it out on the floor, it kind of gets to you a little bit, especially the coach, when you know your team has the potential and capabilities to do more than they're showing. But so far, this seems to be almost the peak potential of the Eastern Florida State Titans, up quite a bit in this first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really good first quarter for them. Again, maybe sometimes getting to a little bit of foul trouble, but the Falcons have been doing the same thing as well. I mean, Vidal and Williams both have 2 fouls. Bruna Da Silva on the Titans has picked up 2 fouls herself as well. So scrappy, but overall good performance so far.
Good performance, like you mentioned. Titans have to keep this going for the rest of the game if they want to pull out an easy victory here. Talk about the ball movement, though, June. Like we mentioned, everybody so far touching the ball for the Titans. No one being iced out of the offense.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of basketball that I love to see, too, going offensively. Like we said, everybody touching the basketball, just patience, waiting for something to open up for them.
And now Strickland on the inbound. Strickland receives it once again. Santa Cruz thought about it, gives it to Parpara, whips it to Strickland. Couldn't get that one to go. Number 6 of the Falcons takes it away on the fast break. Good save foul there by Lara Santa Cruz. That steal was by number 6, Kendall Ruiz. That is the 5th team foul for the Eastern Florida State Titans. And this will be Kendall Ruiz's 2nd trip to the line. She's now for 3 from the line. Shoots a total 55% from the free throw line for this season. And she nails the 2nd one. Have a substitution here for the Falcons. Number 45, excuse me, Kiara McKinnon coming on the court now. Santa Cruz thinking about what to do with it, whips it back to Strickland. Good passing here, orchestrating by Strickland. That was good defense there by the Falcons, June. Maybe got the Titans caught up in a triangle-style passing offense just from Strickland to Santa Cruz back to number 15, Urkovic.
Yeah, I think the Titans just lost a little bit of their head there on that one. Just a minor mistake, but again, things like that happen.
What a tough bucket there by Rocco, driving hard to the lane, passing all the Titans defenders. Couldn't get the pass there by Tadea Lara Santa Cruz. Just mishandled that one out of bounds for the Titans. And now the Falcons have the ball, and I would say kind of have a little bit of momentum, maybe going into the 2nd quarter, June, with just a minute left here in the 1st. As number 6, Ruiz, hits the side of the rim there. Couldn't get that one, and now the Titans will try to capitalize on the fast break. Lazarevic. Good passing here from the Titans once again. They're doing that well. Santa Cruz with a pump fake, up and under move. Good floater into the foul by number 15. Data Scorzer.
Shadea Lara Santa Cruz to the line.
Lara Santa Cruz now, she'll take her first trip to the free throw line. I think almost every single person that has touched the court, or at least had the ball for a significant period of time, June, has seen their chance at the free throw line.
Almost everyone has either committed a foul or has seen themselves go to the free throw line, Zakari.
Very, very physical game so far we have here. Lara Santa Cruz missed her first free throw, a 67% free throw shooter on the season. Missed the second one, very uncharacteristic from Santa Cruz. And now Falcons will look to push in transition. Wees running the offense. Gives it to Rocco as she waits for the play to develop. Now number 34 will attempt a deep three. And nothing but net as number 34, Dali Levy, hits that three. Titans now. Good playmaking here by the Titans, just sloppy on the passes. A lot of passes going out of bounds here for the Titans.
Maybe the Titans' quick passing is too quick for their own good at the moment. There's been several times where the ball's just kind of gotten away from them.
Correct about that, June. Sometimes a slow pass will do it perfectly. We talked about passing again. That one slips through the fingers of Santa Cruz. Parparo will spot up and shoot a three. Off the rim, doesn't go, but rebound by Lazarevic with the spin move, June. That was a nice move to end off the first half, June. The dribble to the right, spin off the left, easy finish there from Lazarevic. And what a first quarter we had there, June. Titans got off to an early lead, hot start. Falcons came storming back, and now we just have a 5-point game so far.
Yeah, Zakari, we talked about it. Lazarevic didn't see the court in the first meeting, and I think the Falcons were hoping that that was going to be the same today after she picked up a bit of an injury in the last one. She's kind of been all over the court, and it's been very tough for the Falcons to manage. Like what I said, I mean, we've seen Russ Jackson kind of switch up his Falcons defensively. There's been two players now guarding Lazarevic every time she gets the ball.
You're correct about that, June, and with just two, even like you mentioned, two players guarding her, she already has 11 points and 1 rebound, so maybe they need to send a third.
Yeah, maybe they do need to send a third, Zakari. Oh, one thing we mentioned is there's been a lot of free throws in this game. The Titans shoot at 70%, and the Falcons actually shoot just under that at 67.2% on the season. So it's definitely going to be something that's very interesting to watch throughout this game, as you can see how scrappy it's already gotten just in the first quarter.
Correct about that, June, and that is why we practice free throws a lot, because in chippy, scrappy games like this, the free throw difference can end up being maybe the teller for this game as to who wins or why one side dominated and the other side kind of didn't, because of the free throw battle and the free throw disparity. Second quarter now on the start. Number 45, Kiara McKinnon on the inbound. Hogan once again with the ball, dribble, drives. Tried to get it over two Titans defenders, couldn't get it, but number 35, Raleigh Best, to scoop that one up. Now Lazarevic will try a three. That one doesn't fall. Rocco pushing the offense. Crossover on Parapara, flips it up, off the rim, bounced twice, couldn't get it. Parapara corrals the rebound and hustled away by Hogan. What a hustle there for the Falcons, June. Hustled away by number 2, Hogan's easy layup there for Best.
It seemed like Parapara just got trapped. There was 3 Falcons surrounding her on that.
And now this is where the Falcons are starting to turn up, but Lazarevic has other plans. Couldn't get that 3-point shot to go just off the side rim. Now Hogan's should put the move on Parapara. Good cross. Flips it to the corner for 3. Off the side of the rim. And now number 34, she'll attempt the 3. I think that out of bounds play was for the best for the Titans, June. It seemed like they maybe started to play with the pace of the Falcons there. Starting to play very quick.
The momentum shift is serious right now. It's really swung in the favor of the Falcons so far at the beginning of this second quarter.
Talk about a momentum shift, even a game speed shift. I couldn't even keep up how fast the Falcons were going. But like you mentioned, if you score 82 points, you probably play very fast, and they know how to make other teams play to their style. Rocco now orchestrating offense, fakes the handoff and tries a tough layup. Could not get that one to go. And De Silva on the rebound, pushing it up to Grace Strickland. Good passing here. Lazarevic in the corner. And she'll get that one to go in the corner. Snuggles right through the rim.
And, I mean, despite the momentum swing, I mean, Lazarevic, no sort of momentum has left to her. I mean, that was a great shot right there in the corner for the three.
Certain big name players, you can't take the momentum from them no matter how hard you try, June. Hogan, she'll dance a little bit on the perimeter. Tried a tough three there. Back rim, couldn't get that one to fall. Titans kind of slowed it down now. Kind of what they need to do, not play fast and in the pace of the Falcons. Para kicks it out to avoid being trapped. Bruna De Silva, she'll take that opportunity to pull a three, and that one glides into the net. Bruna De Silva.
The Titans are shooting well from beyond the arc so far, Zakari.
And that could be, once again, another tail of the tape for this one. Who can hit the threes the most, because we know the Falcons like to shoot a lot of threes. But if the Titans can shoot a little bit but hit more, that'll be beneficial for them. Bruna De Silva calling for it again. Front rim, that one bounced out.
That was good effort play by Lazarevic.
Good hustle for Lazarevic, like we mentioned, June. Titans, the Falcons like to play fast, but the Titans are matching them right back with energy, with pace, with tenacity.
Yeah, Zakari, they really have been. I mean, seems like every time the Falcons are coming back into this game, the Titans respond immediately.
Titans do not want to lose that season series 0-2. They're fighting for that one in here. And that ball is out of bounds. Referee says it is Falcons' ball.
That's Hogan's checking out of the game for the Falcons.
And the referee just mentioned that Coach Zach Banks has been warned. Good passing here from the Falcons. Smooth up and under there from number 35, Best. De Silva pump fake that one. She finds Para down low on the spin move. Para flips it up and in.
And what a good move by the Titans. I mean, Para just able to finish that one, finds herself open in the paint.
Correct about that, Joan. Para making her money in this one.
Turnover.
Rocco, a pump fake and then take a step in floater. Couldn't get that one to go, but get her own rebound once again. Attempt no good. Kind of a questionable. I think that's questionable. Couldn't get that one out, June. Questionable play there by Rocco. Instead of going hard on the fast break, just took a stop and then tried the floater.
Strickland's coming back in.
A lot of rotations and substitutions we're seeing from both teams here, June.
I think you have to, especially with the way the pace of this game has been going. It has not slowed down one bit, Zakari. It seems like it's only been getting faster.
You're correct about that getting faster part. The pace isn't slowing down, and the fouls aren't either, as number 45, Kiera McKinnon, will try a three, and that one will just sail past the rim, hitting nothing.
Titans have done well to slow down the three-point shots by the Falcons so far.
You're correct about that. Like you mentioned, they're doing everything the Falcons like to do. Play fast and shoot threes. They're not shooting as much threes, but at least they're hitting them. And now is De Silva again. She'll attempt another three. Couldn't get that one to go. And Levy pushing it on the fast break. Bees directing traffic. And she'll go hard to the paint. Stolen by Lara Santa Cruz. She's on the fast break. Way to shield her body. Couldn't get the layup to go, though. And the referee calls a foul on number 34. Doing a lot of warnings being given out on this one. I think the referee just signaled to the bench. She warned the entire bench.
Yeah, like we said, again, this game is going to be aggressive. This is going to be very intensified between these two rivals.
My question is, who are you warning if you're warning the entire bench? Are you warning about 15 players or just one player specifically?
Maybe the entire school, Zakari.
The Falcons now have the possession. Good passing here from the Falcons, trying to get deep inside the paint, but they'll settle for a three. Once again, sailing past the rim. Can't get that one to fall. Good save there by number 34, Levy.
Had a clean look on that one, Zakari.
And that is the third air ball three in a row for the Falcons.
Yeah, really, this Falcons team has not been shooting like they have been this entire season.
And this is the perfect time now, like you mentioned, for the Titans to get the jump on them and come out hot and faster even in the second quarter than they did in the first, and really put a distance between them and the Falcons.
How about this, Zakari? Again, a team that normally shoots 35%. The Falcons have only made one three-pointer. They're 1 for 13, only shooting at 7% in this game so far.
Doing like the famous saying is, you live by the three, you will one day die by the three. And that seems to be so far the story of this first half between the Daytona State Falcons and the Eastern Florida Titans.
And I think Zach Banks, again, he may not seem like it, but I think overall should be satisfied from what he's seen so far from his team, especially, obviously, Milica Lazarevic, who's just been on fire ever since this game's begun.
You're correct about that. She's been on fire, a complete player in this one. 14 points now, 2 rebounds, but unfortunately 2 fouls, like you mentioned. Almost every single person on the roster has a foul. But like you mentioned about Zach Banks, even as a coach, if you're proud of your team, you can't really show it in the middle of the game. You got to keep the strict, hard face on until you win this one, or at least pull through.
Yeah, he does a real good with that. He does really well with that, doesn't he, Zakari? Been like that all season.
Definitely, Jude. It's probably taking a lot of practice for him. Grace Strickland now will run it up the court. A lot of ball movement, very characteristic of this Titans team so far. Back and forth passing between De Silva and Strickland. Strickland lost it a little bit there. Whips it to Merkovic, couldn't get it, and now Hogan's. Easy finish, probably the easiest finish for Hogan's that you will see all night.
That's Hogan's first field goal attempt that she made this game so far, Zakari.
Definitely been attention on Hogan's, but as we're talking to it, number 4, Bruna De Silva with the and 1 3-point shot and a chance at a 4-point play.
And that's why you need Bruna De Silva in this game. She's just a really good shooter for this Titans team and is able to draw a foul and potential 4-point play opportunity for the Titans now.
And talk about a momentum swing. Nothing swings the momentum more, June, than a rare occurrence in a basketball game such as a 4-point play. Now Bruna De Silva at the line, a 71% free throw shooter. Couldn't get that one to fall off the back rim and bounced out, and now Ruiz will run the break. Will kick it to the corner for number 12, Salone, off the side of the rim. Strickland was hustling for it, reaching her hand in, and her hustle was rewarded with the ball.
I was going to say, Zakar, I had no idea how Grace Strickland was going to win that battle. There was about 3 Falcons players around her, and it was just herself trying to win that ball.
She was fighting for it, though. She had a plan, and she had hope, and it worked out in her favor. That is where effort gets you. You get rewarded on the basketball court.
There's still some discussions going on. It seems like the official is explaining to Russ Jackson as to why they blew their whistle.
Probably should be careful, or else he may get a warning. The entire bench has already been warned, along with Zach Banks, the coach of the Eastern Florida Titans. Grace Strickland now handing the ball. Santa Cruz kicks it out to Strickland. Good passing. Parpar will pull up a corner three. And it rattles in the net over Parpar.
And the Titans really are shooting well from beyond the arc tonight, Sakari.
One of those amazing shooting nights, like you mentioned, June. When you're unconscious like this from the three-point line, you just have to keep shooting and just see how well your night can really go. But Hogan's smooth left-hand floater there, trying to keep the game under control for the Falcons. And now Ruiz in the lanes like a cornerback, and she'll easy layup there. The Super Bowl is on Sunday, but she's showing us a preview there, June, with a nice interception.
Again, I think the Titans just need to settle it down a little bit. I mean, they're trying to force some of those passes too much in transition.
You're correct about that kind of playing. Like we mentioned, more of the Falcons game. Parpar is spot up on the three-point line, but she'll take a hard drive to the rim. And out of bounds again on the Falcons. Titans will receive the ball and the inbound underneath their basket. Number 34, Levy, coming into the game for number 6, Ruiz, who had that interception a few moments ago. Parpar dribbling it around the perimeter, searching for a guard. De Silva. She'll take her man off the dribble to the paint. And traveled there, got tripped up and trapped in the corner. Couldn't make no work of it. Falcons ball. Hogan's will try to go fast. Come down the court, cross over, kicks it. Deep three once again. Front rim, bad shooting night for the Falcons. Continues, cannot get the lid off the basket. Almost another turnover thrown there by poor Grace Strickland.
Falcons have been really quick in defensive transition, especially in this second quarter. They've caught the Titans a bit lackadaisical on really going offensively several times in the second quarter.
Correct about that. It picks off a few passes so far. Santa Cruz to Spence. But passing her by the Titans, working it inside. Now Parpar has the matchup she wants, but just gets trapped. Beautiful trap there from number 30, Khalees Chisholm. Good defensive decision there. Once you see Parpar has her post up, to trap her and not allow her to get really deep into her drop step or post up. Now high pass there to Chisholm. She skied high for it and came down. Tough finish there, got fouled on it.
It's on Bruno De Silva again. That's going to be her third.
Fouled once again on Bruno De Silva, like you mentioned, June. A good spark plug from the three-point line for this Titans team. But now she has picked up her third foul and definitely has to sit until at least the second half.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you've got to say if you're Zach Banks is a bit disappointing. Bruno De Silva has 3 for 5 from three-point range, which every single field goal attempt she's had has been from beyond the arc. And she's shooting that ball well. But picking up 3 fouls already in this first half, that's going to be something to watch out for the rest of this matchup.
Correct, June. You mentioned 3 for 5. She knows her job and does her job well. Her job is to be the three-point sniper, and she does it well. And now number 1, Catalina Rocco, coming onto the court now. Strickland once again bringing it up the floor. Parpar searching for the ball, gets it. Back to Strickland. Once again, Titans whipping it around the perimeter. Lazarevic, haven't called that name in a while. Parpar, she'll catch it and spot up for 3, and it'll go in. June, the Titans are unconscious from the three-point line tonight.
Almost every single player is shooting well from beyond the arcs. Not just Lazarevic, not just De Silva. Parpar is getting a bit on the action as well.
Everyone, like you mentioned, joining in on the three-party. Titans shooting 50% from the three-point line, 7 for 14 as a total team, whereas the Falcons almost the complete opposite, only 1 for 15 from the three-point line, just 7%. Well, June, I guess if you're the Falcons, the one bright spot of this is you're having maybe the worst half of all of the season so far, and you're still only down by just about 9 points. Make it 8 points now with the free throw by number 30, Chisholm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team that, again, like we said, shoots really well from beyond the arc, but it just has not been on it so far in this game.
Good passing here from the Titans. Lazarevic calling for it. Now she crosses her man. Fights inside. Took a bit too many steps there for Lazarevic. And travel is called by the referee. Falcons now will bring up the ball. Just about 45 seconds left to go in this half. Hogan's will go hard to the rim. Tough finish there for Lamaya Hogan's. Can definitely see why she was the player to watch, keeping her team afloat in this one. Now Lazarevic trying to find at least one more basket here for the Titans. And she'll try to get the basket herself. Couldn't get that three to go off the back rim. And now Hogan's in transition. She'll jump, stop, shoot. Good, easy money there from Hogan's. And now the Falcons have made a sort of a comeback now, just only down by 4 points. As Lazarevic once again puts that one in. And that is it for the first half of this game between the Eastern Florida State Titans and the Daytona State Falcons. Good half so far. The Eastern Florida State Titans came out quick, fast, and in a hurry, got the jump on the Daytona State Falcons. And now June Yoon is down there with the coach the coach Zach Banks is approaching June Yoon for an interview at halftime. Zach Banks probably is at least decently happy about what his team is doing so far. And we'll toss it to June here as he goes to talk to Zach Banks. And Zach Banks there to talk to June.
All right, Coach. Pretty good first half so far, but what's one adjustment that you can make going into the second half?
We got to take care of the ball. I mean, they went zone against us because they couldn't guard us man, and we just got sped up, throwing the ball wherever we want. We had 15 turnovers, and they played zone. That's unacceptable.
And for Bruna da Silva picking up 3 fouls already in the first half, what's something that you can do with that in the second half?
Yeah, I just told her she's got to be smart, knowing I trusted her to be on the floor. She's a smart player, but to put herself in that spot, she's got to be smarter, but she'll regroup.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Zakari, back to you.
All right, and that was the first half for the Eastern Florida State Titans versus the Daytona State Falcons. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
So here in Palm Bay, we have several cybersecurity courses for both the AS degree program and the BAS. And they span between cybersecurity and forensics. It's kind of like a boot camp style that I think of it, and really get your hands into dealing with information technology and have some fundamental knowledge before you go into cybersecurity. You have to have a passion for computers and have a passion for the field to excel in it. So it's a really good field to go into. If you're already in computers and you want to expand your knowledge. So here in Palm Bay, we were able to create an isolated network that is completely off the grid of campus, and it gives the students the ability to work within that sandbox and play with those tools, get a better understanding of how they work. So we have a cyber range that has networking and server equipment that simulates a live data center. It's just kind of much smaller, but it gives the students the chance to play in a semi-similar data center environment where they can see what it would take to mitigate those types of attacks.
Just recently, we moved here to the Palm Bay campus, into this facility. It encompasses about 25 acres.
The facility at Eastern Florida State Fire Academy is by far one of the best academies, in my opinion, in the Central Florida area.
I chose this area because it was one of the highest ranked fire academies on the whole east coast of Florida.
So our instructional staff consists of firefighters that are still on the job. Instructors bring many different skill sets, and I like the mix, to be quite honest with you.
So when you bring all those different skill sets to the table, the recruits are able to gain so much more knowledge than maybe other academies.
They're not only instructing us what they're supposed to be teaching us and getting us ready for our state test, but they're giving us real life examples of how things are going to go, not just to pass the academy, but to prepare us for the real world.
We're able to do technical rescue training. We're able to do fire training. We're able to do any type of VMR training, any type of training that's in the classroom, such as getting your certifications for inspector classes. They're all offered here at this academy.
And their ability to teach us instead of just going through the motions and telling us we need to do this and we need to do that. You know, they teach us why, which helps us understand much more of how things operate in the real world.
As far as I know, we are the only technical welding program in Brevard County. On the one-year degree, you end up taking multiple AWS certifications, and we hold you to those standards. So by the time you graduate, go to work for somebody, you've already passed that test. Brevard County has a lot of industry in the welding trade. So we have Space Center, we have a lot of companies around here that support the Space Center. It starts working out, the companies will start looking back at the school and say, hey, yeah, I like what they're producing, he's helping me out, and then they start calling more and more and make one heck of a program at this school where everybody wants to come here and we want to put them to work. You know, my goal always is, try to be the best at whatever you do.
I would encourage anyone who wants to become a respiratory therapist to come here at Eastern Florida State College. The program offers an extended amount of clinical hours, and that's where you get to see a lot of respiratory work being done, and that's where you get a lot of hands-on experience. Throughout the program, what I liked most was interacting with my peers that wanted to be a respiratory therapist as well. And as I stated earlier, being out there in the clinical field. So there's a huge shortage right now for respiratory therapists, and it is a rewarding career, and you'll never have to worry about job security because we're always in need of RTs out there.
And welcome back to Titan Fieldhouse in Melbourne, Florida, after the first half between the Daytona State Falcons and the Eastern Florida State Titans. Now, June, we're going to talk about the entire first half, but let's maybe talk about just the first quarter for a second. That awesome, amazing lead that the Titans got off to in that first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans came out firing immediately. Lazarevic has been on it. Again, just like what you're saying, just with the first quarter in general. But really, I think one thing that we do have to note is a bit of the turnovers. It's been kind of an issue. Zach Banks spoke about it to us earlier on before heading into the locker room. That's something definitely for them to note.
Definitely, like you mentioned, June, the turnover battle has been, or the turnover disparity between the two teams has been very, very apparent. I should say 15 turnovers for the Titans, just 6 turnovers for the Falcons. So they'll definitely need to maybe fix that if they want to, I wouldn't say keep winning, but extend their lead and maybe start to put a little distance between them and the Falcons. But not even just the turnover battle. Let's talk about the real story of the first half, the free throw disparity and free throw battle so far, because both teams shooting a lot of free throws. However, one hitting it so much and one, well, they're kind of hitting it too.
Yeah, and against Zakari, the Falcons, maybe one of the weaker points for them this season has been their free throw shooting. They shoot under 70% all season long. The Titans shoot just about at that 70% mark from the line. So it's definitely something to watch. Again, like what we talked about, this game was going to be like this. It's a rivalry. It's bitter. There's going to be a lot of aggressive play going on between both of these teams. But then another thing to note is the second chance points. There really hasn't been a lot of it from either team. The Falcons only 2 and the Titans only 5. So they may be getting the rebounds, but they're not able to put the basket back or put the ball back in the basket.
You're correct about that, June, and maybe it's because, at least for the Falcons, they're probably kicking it out and shooting a lot of three-point shots. That was another story of the first half. The Falcons just 1 for 15, if you could believe that, June. 7% from the three-point line, whereas the Titans are having themselves a night. 7 of 15 from the three-point line, 47%. One of maybe the best shooting nights they've had this season.
And Lamaya Hogan's has been one of those players for the Falcons that is a really good three-point shooter. But apart from maybe towards the end of that second quarter where she started to pick it back up, for the most part, the Titans have shut her down a lot. And she was one player that we mentioned earlier that we had to watch for in this game.
And you speak about Lamaya Hogan's, let's really talk about Bruna De Silva real quick here. 3 3-pointers, she attempted 5, the sniper so far, but she has gotten herself in some foul trouble.
Yeah, that's Zakari, like you said. I think 3 might be the magic number for her today. Maybe she should consider changing her number from 4 to 3, because despite the 3-pointer she's made, she's also picked up 3 fouls in that first half.
Correct about that, June. And if you're continue to watch here as we're going to go to another break, and when we come back, it'll be the second half battle between the Daytona State Falcons and the Eastern Florida Titans right here in the Titan Field House.
Build a successful career with a bachelor's degree from Eastern Florida State College. You can choose from nearly 25 tracks in today's top job fields of business, healthcare, and computer technologies, with classes tailored to meet your needs on campus and online. A bright future awaits you with a bachelor's degree from Eastern Florida State College. To learn more, visit easternflorida.edu/go/bachelors.
Are you looking for a career in a medical field that is in demand, always evolving, and makes a real difference in people's lives? Diagnostic medical sonography is a dynamic professional field with high earning and growth potential. A diagnostic medical sonographer is a highly skilled professional who uses specialized equipment to create images of structures inside the human body that are used by physicians to make a medical diagnosis. Eastern Florida State's Diagnostic Medical Sonography Associate of Science degree program lays the foundation for entry into this field, with additional opportunities to continue your education with specializations in vascular sonography, adult cardiac sonography, and other areas based on students' interests. Students can even earn their Applied Health Science Bachelor of Science degree with a medical imaging specialization. The Associate of Science General Concentration track is a full-time, 5-semester program accredited by the Commission on Accreditations of Allied Health Education Programs. The coursework includes detailed classes in anatomy, physiology, pathology, physics, instrumentation, and scanning techniques. In addition, students apply sonography skills learned in labs and classes to clinical settings with externships in hospitals throughout Brevard County. To see a detailed breakdown of the application process, prerequisites, coursework for each semester, as well as information on job placement and potential salary for medical sonographers, visit our website at easternflorida.edu/go/sonography. Here's what some of our students had to say about our program.
The Eastern Florida State College sonography curriculum is very comprehensive, so although it's classified as a general sonography program, there was a heavy focus on OBGYN. So we had 2 consecutive semesters of obstetric coursework, and coupled with clinical experience at clinical rotations, I really felt like I got a good background of obstetrical sonography prior to entering the workforce.
Eastern Florida State College has definitely taught me to be consistent, to be professional, to be very knowledgeable. I think the professionalism is what stands out the most to me. Now that I'm in the work field, I can really see that the professional environment at school has carried on into a professional character and attitude out in the work field.
I would absolutely recommend the program. I have found a lot of success through going through the program, and as well as a lot of other people that I know.
If working in this exciting field of medicine is something you want to check out, then follow through and visit our website, easternflorida.edu/go/sonography.
It's very exciting to be working for one of the largest space programs in the world currently. I absolutely love it. It's a great opportunity. I started at an entry-level position and I've been enjoying it tremendously. The manual stuff I have learned here in the classes have helped me with the things that I learned on the CNC machines at Blue Origin.
I go to school at Space Coast Junior High School, and then I'm dual enrolled at Eastern Florida State College. For most of my life, I've had a goal, and it's to be an aerospace engineer. And there's a saying that I hear a lot, which is the best engineers are also machinists. And I think that that's what I enjoy the most, is walking into the class, standing in front of the machine, and clearing your head, maybe even listening to a little bit of music, and just fully committing yourself to doing that work for the day.
Welcome back to the Titan Fieldhouse as we're about to start the second half battle of the Daytona State Falcons and the Eastern Florida State Titans. June, what can maybe be expected for the second half?
I think one thing is for certain is I think this aggressiveness that both teams are playing defensively is for sure to continue. This is a tight ball game, Zakari, and maybe not one that some people have expected with the Titans coming in with a losing record, Daytona State being a ranked team, one of the best teams in the country. But like what we spoke about multiple times throughout, the Titans have done really well, locking down especially Hogan's in that first half.
You're correct about that. They did everything they probably talked about in the locker room or leading up to this. They locked down Hogan's and they shot well, having a great shooting night. Now they just need to finish it off for these last 30 minutes. 20 minutes, my bad. And now Grace Strickland back at it, running the offense. Strickland now finds Santa Cruz down low. She'll try a floater and back to the regularly scheduled program of fouls.
But we're just speaking it into existence at this point, Zakari.
Just got to speak it into existence, June. And that foul was on number 30, Khalees Chisholm. Santa Cruz will go to the line to attempt her third and fourth free throw. She's 0 for 2 from the line. Now just 1 for 3 from the line. Santa Cruz, we talked about the free throw disparity, June. One team shooting 50%, next team shooting 60%. At least that is maybe the only shooting metric that's at least close between these two teams. Field goal percentage is quite a disparity, and three-point percentage shouldn't even be mentioned, the difference between those two.
I mean, the Titans, again, they've just been shooting it really well all night. I mean, they're shooting nearly 50% from the field, Zakari. That's one thing that we haven't mentioned just overall.
And June, like you know in basketball, if one team is shooting not just 50% from the field, but almost 50% from three, they are hard to beat. So the Falcons have a tough task ahead of them for this entire second half. Felice Vidal on it now. In the paint there to Chisholm. She'll get rejected. Down low. And now Merkovic fighting for it. And a jump ball called, and the Falcons regain possession.
That hard-nosed defense by this Titans team is just continuing in this second half.
They have to keep the pressure on and not allow the Falcons to get comfortable, but Hogan's there putting on a move. And now number 3, Jaden Williams. She'll drive hard to the paint. And a foul again, like we mentioned, June. Foul on one end, foul on the next end.
We're not even, what, a minute into this period. And look at that, fouls and fouls and fouls.
That is the story of this game here. Falcons now searching for anything. Couldn't get the lid off the basket in the first half, but now the search for a bucket. And number 3, Williams tried to get that one to go just off the side of the rim. Couldn't fall. Strickland now. Lazarevic, no good. Parapara to Merkovic, pound dribble, kicks it back to Strickland. Good ball movement here from the Titans. Lazarevic put the move on her defender, almost shook her, couldn't get it. Passed it to Lara Santa Cruz, just lost it a little bit, but a foul once again, June.
I think we need to start thinking of a different word for the word for foul now. Been so much of them in this game.
June, at this rate, Zach Banks is gonna have to suit up. Somebody in the crowd is gonna have to suit up if the foul continues at this rate. And has Hogan's down low. Good bump fade. Looked like Kobe there, but couldn't get the Kobe-esque finish on that one. Lara Santa Cruz! Easy touchdown pass. We mentioned the Super Bowl on Sunday. We've seen an interception and now a touchdown pass to Lara Santa Cruz. But Williams tried to go back at the Titans, couldn't get that one to go.
Hey, talking about football, who was the quarterback on that? That was Milica Lazarevic yet again. Just doing everything right in this game.
Just like a modern-day quarterback, June, illustrating the offense, doing almost everything. But good block there from Chisholm. Keeping the momentum at least at a stalemate so far. Chisholm with the block. Berkovic, that would have been a nice spin if she was able to complete it. Now Parapara kicks it, whips it, Titans. Santa Cruz to Strickland. Strickland, quick pass to Parapara. Parapara shoot a step back 3. Off the backboard, hit the rim, couldn't get that one to go. And now the Falcons in transition. Hogan's misses the layup.
Yeah, Zakari, that was very uncharacteristic of Lamaya Hogan's to be missing that opportunity. Such a clear-cut opportunity for her to try and get some more points on for the Falcons. That's something that you just haven't seen all season.
You're correct about uncharacteristic, June, but if you know basketball and if you play basketball, you know she just attempted the hardest shot in the game, a wide-open layup. Nothing scarier than a wide-open layup, June. Ray Strickland now here on the inbound, gives it to Lazarevic. Santa Cruz now trying to do something with it. Lazarevic thought about the 3, saw that Khalees Vidal was contesting her. Couldn't get the pass off in time before she landed. Travel, Falcons ball.
Maybe that's the first time that we've seen that knee kind of affect her a little bit on that one, Zakari.
Correct about that, June. Superman showing a little some signs of weakness there, Lazarevic. Race Strickland now brings it up the floor. But passing around here from the Titans. Finds, looks like Merkovic there in the corner, off the rim and out of the basket. And now Falcons in transition. Rocco, she'll try her luck. And she's lucky today, folks. Rocco hits just the second 3-point shot for the Daytona State Falcons. Now that pushes them to 2 of 16 from the field.
That's something that the Falcons really need, and here we go with the turnover.
And Vidal hustling down the floor. Santa Cruz, good hustle to make up for the turnover, and now Strickland, she'll orchestrate. She'll find Parpara in the corner. Off the rim, could not get that one to fall. Good offensive rebound, though, from the Titans. Santa Cruz missed the easy floater. But here's Parpara fighting down low. Talk about the hustle from Parpara, June. Shot a 3-point shot in the corner and then miraculously ends up with not the offensive rebound, but the steal, leading to a slow down possession.
Something that she's done not only just in this game, but all season long. I mean, just it's one of those players that fights hard for every single ball, every single possession.
Greg June, if you're a 5'9" center like Par, then it's something you do amazingly, and it's hustle and fight is what she does very well. Strickland running the fast break, skipping, looking for a person. Lazarevic faking the 3 and now spinning into 2 defenders. Bagbanks questioning her on that there. And that is the second foul for number 1, Catalina Rocco. She'll send Lazarevic to the line. Lazarevic already 18 points for the night, 6 for 11 shooting, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Looks to add 2 more shots there. Nothing but net for Lazarevic on the first one. Lazarevich's favorite athlete is LaMelo Ball. Could you tell that by the way she plays?
That's a good comparison, isn't it, Sakari?
It is a serious comparison, but like I see it though. I kind of see she plays very free-spirited, kind of like a high school or a very, very good version of LaMelo Ball, should I say.
Yeah, a really smart ball player, both of them, though.
Well, she's definitely smarter than him, though. She makes way better decisions.
Yeah, way better decisions, yeah, that's true, Sakari.
Once again, June said we should stop saying it, so a personal harm there for for a Titans defender sends number 3, Jane Williams, to the line.
How many different variations of the word foul can you find throughout this game, Sakari?
I'm gonna try, June. I'm gonna try. 24 free throw shot in this game between both teams. Grace Strickland now commanding the offense once again. Fence kicks it to Para. She'll try the contested mid-range. Couldn't get that one to fall. Now Rocco hacked on that one there by number 35, Para. That's the third variation. We got a foul, personal harm, and hacked. I got 3 so far, June. I thought hard about that one, so I don't know if I got any more coming up after that.
I'll let you revert back to the word foul.
I just want to say we have to take one reset and go back to foul. But June, talk about this third quarter so far. I'd say it's still been dominating by the Titans so far, but the way they've been shooting and kind of playing defense despite the fouling.
Yeah, I mean, Sakari, as they say, just picking up where they left off in that first half, especially Milic and Lazarevic, now up to 20 points in this game. Again, 6 for 11 from the field, but she's just kind of doing it all. We saw, again, a quarterback-esque pass that she made, and she's just kind of not only just scoring, but she's doing a little bit of everything in this one.
And that is exactly what you want from a player like Lazarevic. Can't ask for more. Like we mentioned, 20 points in this one, 6 for 7 from the free throw line, 6 for 11 from the field, 1 assist, 3 rebounds, doing it almost all exclusively court. Good job for Lazarevic. And maybe talk about the Falcons, June. What haven't you seen from them tonight? Maybe very uncharacteristic that they need to work on if they want to combat this deficit.
Hey, one thing for certain is Lamaya Hogan's. I mean, one of the best players on this Falcons team just hasn't really gotten it going in this game. Again, we talk about that missed open layup. You say it's one of the scarier things to do in basketball, but for a player like Lamaya Hogan's, you really should be making those.
Correct about that, June. Maybe the physical, intense defense of the Titans has gotten her all night. Like you mentioned, not been her night so far. Just 4 for 11 from the field, 0 for 2 from the three-point line. Still hope to get it going if the Falcons have any chance of coming back in this one. Rocco now, she'll try her luck to get her team back in the game. Good, hard layup in the paint there from Catalina Rocco. Strickland. Number 24 just had the ball. Elena Larice, first time we're saying her name. And she gets rejected by number 35, Best. Denied. Now Best looking for Williams. Williams smoked the layup. And now Par should run the fast break. Good ball moving by the Titans. Like we mentioned, everybody touched it. Strickland tried to find the bottom of the net, just couldn't. Rattles and rims out. And now the player, like we mentioned, to watch in this game, Hogan's checks back in.
They're really going to need her to step up if they want a chance of coming back in this game.
Definitely correct about that, June. She's going to have to step it up or facilitate the offense more because this Titans team is rolling. Larovich calling for it now, trying to make a move. This is it to Strickland. Good defense here from the Falcons. Lazarovich doing if she had made that.
And I mean, I think it's a little bit of lack of awareness on the shot clock. I don't think she knew how much time was really left. And Zach Banks is kind of giving it to her on the sideline, as we see. And one of the more vocal coaches that I've seen so far while doing all of this.
You're correct about that, but that was a LaMelo ball. Shea spin back dribble. That was an amazing move she did there. But now Jaden Williams will go hard to the hole.
I really love that LaMelo ball comparison, don't you, Zakari?
It's her favorite. She called it her favorite. He's her favorite player, so she had to model the game after someone. Why not be LaMelo Ball? Da Silva. She tried a three, no good. Now 3 of 6 from the field so far from 3. Rocco, she's feeling hot. If nobody else is hot on this team, June, it is Catalina Rocco now. 2 of 5 from 3, 10 points from 10 points so far in the game.
And that cut it to just 2 points now, Zakari.
And the Falcons have managed to come back, like you mentioned, June, without Hogan's. And Urkovic goes to the line to calm down this run by the Falcons. Catalina Rocco, 4 for 10 from 2 of 5 for 3 with 2 assists and 2 rebounds. She is maybe putting in where Hogan's is kind of maybe left off so far.
Catalina Rocco has been one of the best three-point shooters, and why this Falcon team has been good shooting from 3 this season. Shoots at 49%, just under 50 on the season. Has been really, really good from beyond the arc, and she's showing it today.
Like you mentioned, Drew, not just one of the best three-point shooters on the team, but also leading the team in field goal percentage at 51%. Catalina Rocco. Referee's discussing something about the foul call. Now Angelina Merkovic, her second free throw. It is good. Hogan's now orchestrating the offense. Maybe trying to get it to Rocco. The hot hand so far. Rocco waving off her teammates. Takes the screen. Dishes it back to Hogan's. Hogan's looking for something. Easy pass off the Best. Good vision there by the Maya Hogan's. Donna Cruz. That was a good pass there by Berkovic. Just a bit of miscommunication there between her and Para. And the Falcons, June, are now only down by 2 points. Rocco there tried to force up a layup. Couldn't get down the fall, and ref says it is another foul call on number 20, Ray Strickland. Falcons ball.
There's Lazarovich coming back into this game.
And Superman has just checked back in the game. Superman, a.k.a. Milica Lazarevic, doing everything for the Titans tonight. Hogan's now will pump fake it before she drives baseline and Euro step. Easy finish there. Hogan's good concentration on the Euro step. Lazarevic, high pass there in the corner. Took another interception, June. I think this is the Rel Rivas Ruiz. Kendall Ruiz. She definitely played football in her life, June. That is the second interception for her on the day. 2 picks and a score, so 2 pick 6, I would say, for Kendall Ruiz.
And that's put the Falcons up now.
Da Silva will attempt a 3. Nothing but net.
Wow, I mean, Zakari, we're in for a game now, aren't we?
June, this is turning out to be not just a shootout, but a complete war so far between the Titans and the Falcons. Trading baskets, going back to back. Like you mentioned, this looks to be a good one.
Hey, war is the right word to use. I mean, again, we talk about that F-word foul this entire game, and it's been going a lot back and forth. But another thing that's been going back and forth in this third quarter has been the points. I mean, they're just exchanging the points back and forth and throughout this entire quarter, and the Falcons have found their way back into this game. And Hogan's has, again, maybe she heard me speaking a bit poorly on her, and she's really picked up her game. But Catalina Rocco, another player that has helped in this comeback for the Falcons.
You're correct about that, June. Catalina Rocco almost being the catalyst for this comeback alone. 2 for 5 from 3, like we mentioned, 4 for 11 from field. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, helping the Falcons get back in this one. And now they have erased maybe their 10-point deficit to now just a 1-point deficit.
Yeah, turnovers are still being an issue for Zach Banks and his Titans. Now they're up to 21 turnovers on the game to just the 8 from the Falcons.
Like he mentioned, that had to be a key point or key talking about in the half. And for the fourth quarter, the Titans definitely have to tighten up there and contain the ball and not throw as many turnovers.
Yeah, you got to hope that Bruno Da Silva doesn't pick up any more fouls as well. Like what we said, 3 coming into this half. She's a big impact player for the Titans if they want to try and close this game out and win it.
Correct about that, as she drilled a 3 a few moments ago. Key player, she needs to stay out of foul trouble, not pick up any more reckless fouls. Santa Cruz fights over the screen, the guard. Now Rocco having the hot hand. She'll try her luck.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say, June, that would be daylight robbery if she got away with that one.
It was a bit of a late whistle. Maybe they didn't have as clear a view as we did here from the broadcast booth, but.
Not even just us, June, the entire crowd. If she would have gotten away with that one. Santa Cruz now controlling the perimeter. Lazarevic puts the move on her defender. Easy floater. Side of the rim, couldn't get that one to go. Ball tipped out by Merkovic. Vidal bringing it up the court. Attempting to hold for at least the last shot or the last possession there for the Falcons in the third quarter. Good ball movement out. Rocco attempt to 3. Bounce off the rim, and ref says Falcons ball. Now they get what they want, the actual last shot of the quarter. Vidal on the inbound. Fine scores, so she'll attempt a tough layup. Couldn't get that one to go.
tied up.
Like you mentioned, Lazarevic gets tied up there on the rebound. Titans ball with just 5 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Parpara has it with just about 4 seconds. Parpara, a quick three-point shot. Maybe wasn't too aware of the time there. Still had a few seconds left to dribble.
Yeah, I think she could have definitely taken her time with that, but did pretty well on that one. I mean, as soon as Scorza picks up the rebound, Parpara's right in her face, making sure she doesn't get a full court heave.
That full court heave would have gave them too much momentum going into the fourth quarter. But talk about that third quarter there by the Falcons, June. 18-13 third quarter there. Kind of came rushing back now. I would say the momentum is now 50-50, where it was just once almost specifically only in the Titans' hands.
Yeah, and the Falcons have been getting a lot of points in the paint rather than from beyond the arc. 32 of their 49 points coming within the paint, which we normally see a lot of three-point shooting, a lot of shots from beyond the arc from this team.
Correct about that, June. It's not that we haven't seen a lot of shots from beyond the arc. We just haven't seen a lot of shots from beyond the arc go in.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right, Sakar? I mean, they've had 19 attempts from beyond the arc. Only 3 have gone in.
Like, that's insane right there. Like we mentioned, this is probably one of the most terrible shooting nights for the Falcons on the season. So the fact that they're still in this game, you can definitely see that that number 23 rank in the nation is no joke at all.
But because the shots aren't falling in, it's a good adjustment by Russ Jackson to know that, I mean, the shooting's just not working from beyond. So let's go ahead and try to get those points in the paint. That's what they've been doing. And Hogan's has been getting up pretty well. Again, a much better performance towards the end of that third period.
And that is what good coaches do, June. They make adjustments and force other teams to make adjustments, as basketball is that, a game of adjustments. So now it'll be an intense battle between the Daytona State Falcons and the Eastern Florida Titans, and Zach Banks and Russ Jackson over whose adjustments will pull through in this fourth quarter. Kendall Ruiz had 2 interceptions, 2 steals in this game so far. She's on the inbound.
Yeah, they might as well rename that statistic to interceptions for her.
Because they don't be regular steals. She jumps the lane completely. Roca will try to get off to a hot start.
3-point.
And the entire gym went silent there. But that referee calls a foul on number 15, Angela Mirkovic. And so far, Drew, it looks like the basket counts, so now the Falcons up by 2 points. Garza down low. Couldn't get that one to go. Now Santa Cruz will try to go fast in transition. Rona Da Silva, you know she wants it there. Took 2 bounces. Parpara, good box out. Way to clean the glass by over Parpara.
He wiped that glass. Look at that box out move that Parpara just put on. Able to get it, and second chance points coming up big for the Titans.
Classic box out there by Parpara. Falcons now trying to keep any bit of momentum they have. Ruiz still slither away to a nice layup there. Parpara. Now we have a battle here, June. Like you mentioned, back and forth between both teams. Ray Strickland will kick it. Da Silva will try a 3. Couldn't get that one to go. And referee signals Titans ball. Number 30. Police Chisholm checks into the game. Markovic battling with it down low. Strickland to it. Now Par once again in the corner. Couldn't get it, but De Silva comes flying out of nowhere. He set the offense now.
What a hustle play by De Silva.
Like we mentioned, June, that's what she's on this court for. Threes and hustle plays. And look at the pass there by De Silva. It's a wild floater there by Sana Cruz. Rocco, you know she wanted it. She's hot. Off the rim there, June. That would have been a big three had she had converted that. But she'll settle for the two instead of the three. Sana Cruz now back to De Silva. Titans haven't been able to get a basket so far in this fourth quarter, still searching for one. Squeeze almost picked it off again. Pass a bit too high for Par, fumbled it, retrieved it back. And got rejected again by Chisholm.
Whistling foul.
Chisholm and the entire Falcons team thought she blocked that one. Rush Jackson asking the refs, what exactly did she do? I'll tell you what she did, June. Got Par some free throws.
That's
what she did.
Now the Titans are facing a deficit, 4-point deficit to be exact. Yeah, now these free throws, like we've been talking about all game, Sakari, are going to become even more vital and crucial as we come down into about the final 7 minutes of this one.
But in crucial moments like this, who better at the line than a 75% free throw shooter, one of the highest on the team, Par. Guess that one couldn't get it to go now. Titans just down by 3. But Hogan's will try and make it a 5-point game. Good fadeaway there by Maya Hogan's. Titans now down by 5 with just 7 minutes to go. Good ball movement here. Lazarevic maybe thought about shooting and decided to drive. De Silva, don't give her no space because it will end in a 3-point field goal for Bruna De Silva. Hogan's nice jab step to freeze the defense. Tough layup. Rattled around the rim. Couldn't get that one. Vanderbilt tough on her foot. Hustles up the court anyway though. Silva now calling for Lazarevic to come up. Sana Cruz finds Par, easy spot of mid-range. Nothing but net. This trio of offense between De Silva, Par, and Lazarevic is almost too much for the Falcons to handle, June.
Yeah, I think at this point now, if you're the Titans, you got to disregard the fouls that De Silva has. You got to keep her into this game.
You definitely have to. She's been a spark plug so far and helping you contain this lead and keep it, as now the Titans looking at a 2-point deficit with just 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. What a comeback here for the Falcons. Who do you think was other than Rocco, what do you think else was the main catalyst for this comeback?
I mean, Lamaya Hogan's has definitely stepped it up, Zakari. I mean, she had just a good fadeaway right there, but also Kendall Ruiz has also been on it as well. 11 points for her on the night, 4 for 5 from the field. But that's what the Falcons need, is a kind of a little bit of everything from everyone taking part, and I think it's played out to be huge in order for them to come back, and now they hold the lead in this fourth quarter.
Correct about that, June. It took a team effort to finally at least make this a close game between the Titans and the Falcons, and now, like I mentioned, with just 6 minutes left, it'll come down to which team wants it more, and a few other key stats like we mentioned, but like free throw shooting, 3-pointers, turnovers especially. Titans still with 21 turnovers in this one, just to the Falcons 10.
And turnovers, free throws, all those are going to be starting to become more and more important as that clock ticks down.
Correct about that, June. Now it just becomes more so not just completely scoring, but scoring and watching the clock. Making sure you're not scoring, making sure you're not too reckless with the ball and you lose track of time. Merkovic on the inbound. Lazarevic was ready for that one. Parpar once again wide open in the mid-range. She is almost automatic there from the spot. Parpar. Now Hogan's will come down trying to respond. Wild floater. Fouled on that one by Parpara. And that is just Parpara's second foul. He's done a good job this far by being dominant down low, contesting shots, and at least picking up almost the fewest amount of fouls on the team with just 2 fouls in this one.
Yeah, second leading scorer tonight for the Titans as well. That was now 18 points for Parpara.
Correct. She's shooting 50% from the field. Also, Lazarevic shooting 50% from the field. And Bruna De Silva also shooting 50%. So that's another number that's trending a lot in this game, June. 50% so far. All 3 leading scorers for the Titans, all shooting 50%.
Bit of a higher press by the Falcons. They backed off, though.
Back above that. And now here's Merkovic. He'll try a 3. Rattles that one in from the corner. Hot 3-point shooting for the Titans continue. Hogan's jab step, throws the defender, decide to kick it to Rocco, the other hot hand. And the referee will call a foul on number 4, Bruna De Silva Jr. That is her 4th.
That's something that you really have to start to consider now. I mean, yeah, Zach Banks taking her out of this game. Expect her back, though, when it comes down to the final minutes.
Definitely. Titans now need another scorer to step up or need to tighten up on the defensive end. Something has to happen.
Fouls on number 35.
Referee calls a foul on number 35, Best. Titans ball.
2 seconds.
And Best checking out of the game for number 15, Jada Scorza.
Backing off the press again.
Good decision to press there maybe in the last few minutes of the game. Kind of cruise open now. She'll dribble around the perimeter trying to find somebody. Ray Strickland, Lazarevic calling for it. Pump fake the 3, got the defender. Wild mid-range. Able to get the foul on the way down. And that foul is on number 1, Rocco. Lazarevic once again heading to the free throw line to shoot her 8th and 9th free throws. .34 free throw shot between these two teams here.
Just been one of multiple storylines of this game, hasn't it, Zagari?
F&F doing fouls and free throws. Fouls and free throws. That's what has gotten us through this game and gotten us to this point. Good free throw shooting there at the line for Lazarevic. The passing here from the Falcons. Williams will try to shoot a floater and one! Jaden Williams with the floater converts it with the hoop and the harm. She'll go to the line to shoot 1 free throw.
That's huge. That's that's huge, Zagari. That's something that, again, if you're the Titans, that you just don't want is to be fouling on those attempts.
You're correct, and if you must foul, you have to at least make sure there's no opportunity to get an and one. Terrible and one to give up there in that situation, and now that's under 4:30 left in this 4th quarter. Lazarevic running off a screen from Merkovic. Merkovic kicks it to Lazarevic, pump fake to 3. Almost another stolen pass. Strickland will try attempt to 3. And Grace Strickland has been hesitant to shoot that three-point shot all game, but it looks good on that one. Another three-point shot here from the Titans. Hogan's pump fake, she'll try a three. Still unlucky here from the Falcons. Titans now up by 3 with 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. These are those critical moments you teach in practice, June. Berkovic. Lazarevic, my bad. Excuse me for that one. Lazarevic attempted the three, couldn't get that one to fall. Good passing going on by the Titans so far. Now that'll be Merkovic in the corner, couldn't get it. Offensive rebound for the Titans. Stolen there by the Falcons. Hogan's now in the fast break, slows it down.
Wow. I mean, that's good defensive transition by Grace Strickland.
And that is how you coach it right there, June. Good defensive transition, like you mentioned. Way to stop the fast break that the Falcons had. And I think all Titans are in agreement. Each teammate both looking at each other and saying, slow it down. We have the lead. We don't need to rush it.
No, they don't, and that's exactly what they did on that offensive possession. Just being patient and finding open looks, and if you get the open look from beyond the arc, you take it.
Correct about shooting it, because with the night they're having, most likely gonna make it. Like we mentioned, shooting 36% from the three-point line in this one. De Silva running off 2 off-ball screens. Now De Silva has it in her hands. She'll drive hard to the rim. On the easy look on the layup. And De Silva applying good scoring, the scoring that the Titans need. And Vidal couldn't get that three to go. Titans have all the momentum now. Zach Banks almost stepped on the court there to remind Grace Strickland to slow it down. Now here's Grace Strickland listening to her coach, very patient with it now, searching for the absolute best basket here in this situation. Berkovic, she says she's the best basket as she beats the defense now, and a smooth floater to put the Titans up by 7.
And this has just been good patience, good ball control as well, good ball movement overall for the Titans.
You're correct about ball control, June, but talk about the Falcons almost gone ice cold so far for the past 2 minutes now.
And Banks slowing it down.
The entire Titans team now playing their best basketball. Good pass by Grace Strickland. Now that is some veteran point guard job right there. Slowing it down, finds the easy cutting Parpara. And now Falcons need a three. Taken away though by De Silva. And now the entire gym is screaming to calm it down. Zach Banks is about to go through the roof, June. Strickland being pressured, runs off the screen. Finds Lazarevic in the corner, she'll take it, and she gets fouled.
I mean, you have to applaud what the Titans are doing, but more specifically with what Grace Strickland has been doing going forward.
You're correct about that, June. She may have not shot it a lot this game, just only 3 shots, but talk about the 7 assists.
Have an injured Falcon.
Back June. Khalees Chisholm, that is, right there, appears to be down. Continuing to check on her, and now
slow to get up.
Fouls on number 6, Kendall Ruiz, her second, team's 4th.
Gotta hope that she's okay.
Back limping now to the stairs.
And then a double technical. Number 6, Kendall Ruiz, and number 4, Bruna De Silva.
And a double technical foul now, June. 1 on Ruiz, 1 on De Silva. So team will shoot up some free throws. Darvik now will go to the line. Like we mentioned, having an amazing night so far. 24 points, 7 of 14 from the field, and 8 for 9 from the free throw line.
Gotta take De Silva out. 5 fouls. Tell Zach Banks isn't happy with that.
Not at all, because he knows that she should definitely be in the game at this point. And now, June, they have to hold a 9-point game with just a minute left without their third leading scorer, Bruna De Silva, because she has fouled out of this game with 17 points and 3 assists with 6 rebounds. But June, if you're the Titans and if you're the Titan fans, you feel pretty safe about this lead with Lazarevic at the free throw line. And that is 26 points there for Lazarevic.
And now the Titans, you just have to remain calm and keep your composure for this final minute.
Correct, just stay calm. Don't foul anybody. Do not allow any and ones. No fouls, as I was about to say.
Exactly what the Falcons needed and exactly what the Titans didn't need on that.
Foul there on Para. That is just her 3rd foul on the game.
Yeah, it looks like Merkovic came out and just now coming right back into this one.
Jaden Williams to the line.
Jaden Williams now at the line. Already had an and one in this one. This is her 2nd and one for the game. She's at the free throw line. Shooting 2 for 2 from the free throw line now. And she missed that one.
Gotta get the rebound.
Titans could not secure the rebound. And what a block there by Merkovic.
Angela Merkovic just using all 6 foot 3 inches of her, getting that block. That's a huge play defensively for the Titans.
And that will talk about when you need to stop pulling through. Good block there by Merkovic. And now Hogan's will try to get something quick. And another foul there on Para. That is now her 4th. Picked up 2 fouls and 1 possession, June. At this point, with just about 50 seconds left, I'm not even sure jumping is the smart option here. Just hands up, rebound, hold it on the other end, get out this game.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do. You don't want this ball on this side of the court.
You're correct about that, and fouling at this point is just slowing the game down, allowing the Falcons to keep level heads and stay in this one.
Especially if you're the Titans. I mean, you know, as soon as you get possession of the ball back, the Falcons are going to be looking to foul you.
You're correct, June. And there you go. And they got the steal from Santa Cruz. What a blitz there from the Falcons to pressure Santa Cruz in to turning over the ball. Referee called a foul on that. Titans remain in possession of the ball. With just 25 seconds, 52 seconds left in this one, June. They just gotta get the ball in, hold the ball, and like you mentioned, make some key free throws. Foul called there on the Falcons. Number 12.
Fouls on number 12.
Salone Brooks. And June, that is free throws for who else but Para. 20 points in this game, 4 free throw attempts, going to the line for 5 and 6.
And maybe one of the last players you want to go to the line if you're on the Falcons side. Good free throw shooter, 75%.
And calm, cool, and collected at the line. Par drills that one. Now 3 for 5 from the line. And drills both. What a clutch player, Par. What a quarter there from the Titans. Managed, like we mentioned, they came into this one with a deficit, or at least just a 1-point lead, and they battled back, fought the Daytona State Falcons off, and now they are comfortably in the lead at this one, a 10-point lead with just about 50 seconds to go. What can you say about that quarter?
I mean, you have to applaud everything that the Titans have done, especially with the Falcons coming back into this game. Most teams, a lot of teams that you've seen rattle when that kind of thing happens once you lose a big lead like that. But Zach Banks was able to keep his team calm, composed, able to get themselves back into it, taking the lead and further extending it, playing great defense, playing great offense, a lot of patience too.
Correct about that great defense and great offense, because like we mentioned, the Titans were hitting on all cylinders tonight. 44% from the field, 36% from 3, 73% from the free throw line. Beat Daytona State in every single shooting category. And that is the story of this one. $50 seconds now here for the Falcons. If you're the Falcons here, June, you have to inbound it, score a 3 quick, or score a quick 2. No time for dribbling, no time for much passing. Rocco ran off 2 screens, still couldn't get open. And what a defensive possession there from the Titans. Forces a 5-second violation on the Falcons, and now it is Titans ball. Timeout called by Zach Banks.
Timeout Titans.
Wow, again, just defensively has been on point for the Titans tonight.
Correct about that, June. If you're gonna be the 23rd ranked team in the country, it's not just your offense you have to rely on, it's also your defense. Your defense has to come out and show up, and that is exactly what the Titans defense did tonight. And now the band will play the victory war cry for the Titans here in this one.
They gotta love a good band, Zachary. That's what I love about college sports.
Correct about that, John. The band gets you hyped, gets you ready every single time. Berkovic now, smart play, just holding the ball, shielding the ball with her body. Forced a foul there. And now Falcons sending one of the best free throw shooters on the team, Lazarevic, to the line.
Mimi Lazarevic to the line.
And that is just like how she's been all night. Automatic from the field, from the free throw line, should I say. Lazarevic shot 12 free throws today, only missed 1, 11 for 12, and I guess I jinxed her, June. Missed her second one of the night so far.
And commentator jinx is a real thing, Zachary.
Crazy part is, June, I don't really believe in it, but I think it was a lane violation. It was not a lane violation, so.
Oh, okay.
She did actually miss 2 free throws. I thought I could have taken my curse back, but no, it still happened. Hogan's trying to go quick.
Hogan. Oh.
Yeah, stop that clock.
This referee is on point with this clock, June. Every time there's a mistake on the clock, she's watching it.
Good officiating. 6 seconds back.
Good, clean officiating. Timeout once again taken by the Titans. Zach Banks Just want to talk a few things over, make sure everyone's on the same page, not allow any mistakes here, any crucial mistakes that can cost them this one.
Yeah, I mean, you got to close this game out. 10-point lead, 35 seconds left to play. This fourth quarter for the Titans has been really exactly what they needed to do, especially with the Falcons coming back in this one in the third. But how about defensively? It's just been defensively sound throughout the entirety of the quarter, forcing turnovers on the Falcons, and they've been rattled.
You're correct about that, June. This is the highest point disparity between the teams for the quarter. They've won this fourth quarter by 9 points. They scored 30 points in this quarter and just 21 points for Daytona State in this quarter. Good defense there for the Titans in clutch time. Now June, this is good looks. And now we have Ray Strickland on the inbound.
Oh.
Moving screen call there on number 35, Farpar, her 5th foul. I think Farpar picked up like 3 fouls in under a minute.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you were talking about how she's been one of the players who hasn't really committed any fouls, and there you go.
This has just been a tough game so far by the Titans to just stop fouling in the half-court setting. Like we mentioned, June, all you have to do is maybe put your hands up, get a rebound, force them to foul you, but it looks like they just can't stop fouling. And now here's Jaden Williams at the line. Couldn't get that one to the acceptance and joy of this crowd. Jaden Williams now.
Gotta make your free throws in these moments.
Missed both. What a rebound like by Lazarevic. She'll try to dribble through everyone herself. Crowd urging the referee to blow his whistle.
Think she got tied up.
No, June, even though she got tied up, that was a beautiful decision by Lazarevic. She killed like 8 seconds off the clock there.
Exactly what you need to do. It's crunch time. You have the lead. Don't rush anything.
Exactly. Just make it even harder for the Falcons to come back. And now this is exactly what the Falcons don't want, a long, drawn-out possession like this one. And they just went completely cold here in the fourth quarter. And now Backbank's just telling them to hold the ball. Good move by Lazarevic. Euro step with the layup. Will not count there.
Kind of wish that just continued. That was a good move.
That's just the type of night she's having, June. I don't even know if she tried to make that one. Just Euro step, flipped it up with 2 hands, and still rolled in.
There's such thing as accidental Euro step, Sakari.
I mean, she maybe went to Euro step. You know when you're such a professional that your body just goes through the motions. That's definitely what that was.
Muscle memory. Muscle memory.
You're correct. She was already mid-Euro step. Like, why not try to finish this? Couldn't get that one Rocco there. End of the game here between the Eastern Florida State Titans and the Daytona State Falcons. Titans now even the series 1-1 this year, 81-72. June, let's talk about that second half. It was tied at first, but the Titans eventually pulled away with this win.
Yeah, I mean, Zakari, like what I said earlier, they didn't get rattled when the Falcons came back into this game. They decided to just keep doing what was working, and they kept their composure going offensively, and they've just done a great job in the entirety of this game, really. You have to give a lot of credit to Zach Banks and his team tonight.
You're correct, June. They did everything they need to do, and now don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick break here at the Eastern Titan Fieldhouse. in Melbourne, Florida.
I'm Patrick Hoskin, and I'm a student at the Eastern Florida State College welding program. You start off with stick welding and then progress to MIG welding, shielded metal arc welding, and they say by the end of the year we'll end up being TIG welding. So we're going to go through almost everything that they can possibly throw at us. After the first 2 weeks of class, it is all hands-on. The cost is really low considering it's a full welding program. This classroom does count as 1 year's experience in the field.
A few years ago, I worked at a local hospital on a respiratory care floor, and I found it very interesting how machines were able to help people with their breathing. And at that point, I realized there were much more to respiratory than I thought there was. I also started interacting with respiratory therapists because at first I thought all there was to respiratory was just giving breathing treatments. But after a while, I found out that there was a bigger scope out there. The faculty here, they were very professional, and at the same time, they were very approachable, they were very helpful. I had contact to them 24/7. They did not care what time it was. If I needed them, they were just a text or a phone call away.
Welcome back to the Titan Fieldhouse. I'm sitting here with the winning coach, Zach Banks. And Zach, when you sat down here, I think I saw the first smile from you all game. How does it feel to pull out this big win against the number 23 ranked team in the nation?
And I'm just so proud of this team. They fight so hard. We've been in so many games this year, and we just kind of let some games slip. But, I mean, our record shows we're 3-8, but, man, we're so much better than 3-8. And when this team locks in together as a team, we're pretty dangerous.
You're correct about that, Zach. You're very dangerous. You had the Falcons almost on their heels the entire game. But talk about Lazarevic, the amazing play she had this game.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know if we were going to have this kid play. Last game, she went out with a knee injury. We thought it was ACL. Our team doctors were amazing the last 2 days, and she got a knee brace, and she's fearless. She just put the team on her back. She tried to do a little too much sometimes, but, hey, we can live with that because she's just such a big competitor.
You're correct about that, Zach. How can you maybe take the momentum from this game and transition it to another game and maybe start a little bit of a winning streak here deep into the season?
Absolutely. This team knows that every game is a Game 7 for us. We're right there on the cusp of the top 4 to go to state, but they're locked in. They take every game by game. We're not looking ahead, but this was a huge, huge step for us going forward.
All right, you mentioned turnovers at halftime. Is there anything coming away from this game that you will talk about during practice or maybe in the meeting that your team really needs to tighten up with?
Absolutely. We had 15 at halftime and finished the game with 24, so we had 9, so we cut it back a little. We keep preaching that we got to value the ball. We've been in so many games, 2 possessions, 1 possession, and that basketball means so much to us. So practice will definitely clean that up.
All right, and what were you kind of telling your team deep into the game as fouls kept racking up, maybe late, like we saw Bruna De Silva had to sit because of foul trouble? What were you kind of telling your team there?
Yeah, we just got to be smart. We're going to get a lot of dumb fouls just because we play so hard. So we can't have technical fouls by running our mouths, and we can't have loose ball fouls late in the game. When you're up 12, you got to know the time and score, and sometimes you got to let the team just make a layup and not give up an and one, or knowing that we have a short bench and you can't pick up your 5th foul. So just the basketball IQ that we'll continue to preach and practice in the film session. But, man, this team just battled tonight.
All right, thank you so much,
Awesome.
Coach.
Thank you.
That was Zach Banks there with the interview on the Titans' great win over the Daytona State Falcons in this one, the number 23 ranked team in the nation. Stay tuned for the men's game against the doubleheader against the Daytona State Falcons here in the Titan Fieldhouse in Melbourne, Florida.
The Space Coast economy is booming. and high-tech companies ranging from major firms like SpaceX and L3 Harris to rapidly growing small businesses, all share